Hello everyone, welcome to the world of sociology. In the last session we were discussing an important area, and that was related to Emile Durkheim, one of the founding fathers of sociology. Durkheim's most groundbreaking work and important theoretical contribution, as we already stated, was his theory of suicide. Durkheim was ever popular, and he can be considered as the widely acclaimed and the widely read author because of his classical work on suicide. We were discussing about the types of suicide, and already we have identified the first and the most important type of suicide, and that is egoistic suicide. For your understanding, I am just recapping the same with few points that what is egoistic suicide. When a person is highly individualistic, when a person is least integrated with the society, there are high chances that that person may commit suicide. The absence of proper integration with the society may be a potential reason and a potential danger behind a person committing suicide. We have already covered that area, and I have cited many examples of people who commit suicide just because they are egoistic. Now we may be dealing with the second category of suicide as positioned by Durkheim, as explained by Durkheim, and that is the ever famous and the most discussed altruistic form of suicide. Actually, the term may not be very familiar for you people, that the very term altruism comes into picture. What is altruism basically? And who is an altruistic person? This is an important question. You can find a lot of people who lives in this society are least egoistic, and they are ready to sacrifice anything, including their life, for the society. If egoism is least integration with the society, altruism refers to a state of affairs where a person is over-integrated with the society. I repeat that word, where a person is over-integrated with the society, that eventually he or she may forget himself or herself. This is a state of affairs when a person may commit suicide because of his over-integration, or I would use a better word for your convenience, your understanding, over-identification with the society. When a person is over-identified and over-integrated, there are high chances that that person may become a part and parcel of the society, and he or she is ready to commit suicide, is ready to die for the society. Have you heard of those people in the old Japanese society who used to commit harakiri? Harakiri was actually a type of suicide where these people, these soldiers, were ready to die. They were ready to give up their lives for the society. You take an Indian soldier who may be working, operating in Siachen, or an Indian soldier who is active in the Kargil region. At any point of time, this person knows very well that he may be killed, maybe by an enemy bullet, or even by an enemy shell or an attack. Even then, that person is ready to die for the country. Such a soldier or such a person is highly altruistic in nature, that they have over-identified themselves, over-integrated themselves with the society, that they are ready to die at any point of time for the society. And they have reached a point, a state of mind that they are not even considering their life is worthy. This is a state of affairs when this over-integration has created a mental state, we can say a euphoric type of mental state, where they never consider their life is prominent, their life is important, and they are ever ready to die for the society. We know that a lot of altruistic people, like soldiers, like even suicide bombers, they are also altruistic in one way, though in a negative connotation, because they are ready to die for a cause and they are not ready to remain, to keep away from that noble cause, or rather which they consider noble. We know martyrs right from the period of a freedom struggle. We know patriots who are ready to die for their motherland. We have the great saga, the great story of a number of great nationalists and patriots who died for their motherland. They were also in one way altruistic because they never considered their life important. They were ready to die for India, to die for their motherland, because they considered the future of their land more important, to liberate their land as a cause, which was more important than to live in an unfree, to live in a non-liberated nation. So this is one important category or important form of suicide, where the over-integration of the individual, I repeat that word, where the over-integration, that is the key word for students, the over-integration of individuals may eventually lead to a suicidal condition. So we can find a lot of examples for the same, for the altruistic type of suicide, maybe soldiers, maybe those people who commit harakiri, maybe the Indian patriots, the Indian men and women who died in the altar of freedom, who even laid down their life in the altar of freedom, are all very good examples of altruistic type of suicide. And from altruism, we may be moving to the last type of suicide, which I may be dealing in the next session, and that is anemic suicide. Thank you.